All right, guys, you know what's going on. First one of 2025. Mama, there goes that man. Oblique Kick Anto signing in. UFC Vegas 101 getting ready to kick things off. Dern versus Ribas 2. But before we get into that, no shout outs for the sponsor right now. Big things coming on that. Oh, it's so amazing. But there is a shout out to Combat Sports Talk. They gave me these really cool stickers that I won a contest that they had put on. I have two of them. One of them's actually in with the nunchucks, but Combat Sports Talk. I'm gonna get these put on my sticker mirror soon. I'm just trying to get all my combat stuff together because we did so much last year that it all has to come together somewhere, and then everything else will be up there with the blessed one himself. Thank you again, Dave Fretz. That will never go anywhere. One of one. I love it. Now, as for what I got from Combat Sports Talk, boom, certificate of authenticity. Let me put it up there for those of you like you never showed it. Boom, there you go. And in here, you have the Nick Diaz Army motherfuckers signed nunchucks. So, thank you, Combat Sports Talk, for those. Those will be going in the war room. And also, O'Day, you're gonna have to get with me about these. The Topps cards, I have a Cain Velasquez Topps card, which is really, really cool. The detail on this thing is nice. It has a nice little breakdown on the back here. I've never actually owned any Topps cards, so these are really nice. The detail's really nice. And like even the edges, they put a lot of work into these. And then they got me, I'm a PC this one. Clay Guida, Diego Sanchez, one of my personal favorite fights to happen in the promotion. So there are those. Thank you, Combat Sports Talk. Man, those guys are awesome over there. Now that we've covered that, the team went to UFC Tampa. We had a great time at Tampa. Charles Johnson, Jalen Turner, Matt Vervola, Terrence T-Rex McKinney. We had a blast, man. We had an absolute blast. I got to talk to the boss man, Dana White. Big things coming this year. I can't say too much yet, but oh man, I can say this. Your boy, the MMA Unk, Mama goes, there goes that man, Oblique Kick Anto. I will be launching a pod this year. MMA with Unks, me. Mama, there goes that man. The One-Eyed Dragon, Dre Miley. Mizukage, Melvin Bradford. Jimmy Skeleton Jones himself. And when he has time for us, Jamal Pretty Boy Emmers. That's right. We in here this year like swimwear, baby. Let's go. Post it like a stamp. Let's jump into this card. The start time for the prelims will be 4 p.m. The main card will be 7 p.m. If you see me go that way, I'm looking at my notes. I'm trying to get this one right for y'all. It's the number one impression. The first impression is the best thing. This is the first impression of 2025. Let me do it right. We jumping right into the lightweight division with Aliyev versus Ashmove. 9-0 for Aliyev, 5-0 in the last 5. If he's 9-0, that just makes sense, now don't it? Ashmove, 4-1 in the last 5, 8-0 in the career. I have a decision for Aliyev on this one. Great all around for both guys, so I got it fought to a decision. I just see Aliyev with all chin and heart, wanting it more. Look out for that shirt coming soon. All chin and heart, baby. All chin and heart. My heart's actually on this. Whatever. It's backwards in the camera. Sue me. Next, we're going to move into the women's strawweight division. We're going to have Klein, who was 4-1, 6-1 in the career, 4-1 in the last 5, versus Dudakova, who was 4-1 in the last 5, 8-1 in the career. And after the last hard-fought battle Dudakova had, I have Dudakova taking that one by TKO. I don't know if it's going to be head kick or ground and pound strikes, but I have Dudakova really going for that one and taking it by TKO. Now, moving into the light heavyweight division. Gadishislav. Goodness gracious, these be some last names, but I try them. 5-0 versus Lopes. I believe it's Lopes. I think we were saying Lopez, but I believe it's actually Lopes, who is 4-1 in the last 5, 13-1 in the career. I have Lopes by sub, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and take Lopes by sub on that one. Don't watch a lot of both of these guys, but light heavyweights are always fun. And Lopes does have a few subs in that category, so I think just to go with something different instead of always picking TKO because they're big boys, I got a sub on that one, and I can kind of feel it in my jelly. So, yeah, which is going to move us right down. Excuse me, man. It's that time of year in Florida. The weather is up and down. It's trying to get me, but it won't. Not again. It got me out to Tampa, but it won't get me again. I promise you. Karakite, 3-1 with no contest, 5-1 in the career, versus Caleri, 4-1 in the career, 8-2, 4-1 in the last 5, 8-2 in the career. I have Caleri by decision. Don't quote me on these name pronunciations. I will get better as I learn them. Some of these people I do not know. I'm sorry. Now, that moves us to the welterweight. That gives us Parsons, 2-3, 11-5 in the career versus Gustafsson. I believe this is the younger brother of Alexander Gustafsson, who is 4-1 in his career, 11-2. And if this is the Gustafsson I'm thinking of, that's going to be a round 1 TKO for Gustafsson. Next, you're going to have, we're going to move to the lightweight division, which is going to be Moises versus Trey Ogden. 18-8 for Moises, 18-6 for Ogden. Both of these boys are going to bang. They're going to leave it in the octagon. They're going to do good clinch work. We're going to get a lot of good clinch work along the fence. We're going to get some big bombs along the fence, and we're going to have a lot of cardio on display. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take Trey Ogden just before his true grit and determination. Take that by decision. Sorry, not sorry. Next will be Tulio in the middleweight division, 12-1 versus Putiera, 1-4 in the last 5, 20-7 in the career. This should be a gimme for Ior Putieri, especially after the Almeida fight. I gotta have Putieri on TKO. He carries good power. He has a great skill set. He's great on the ground. He was just outclassed weapon for weapon in his last fight, in my opinion, my unprofessional opinion. He was outclassed weapon for weapon. So that's Ior Putieri by KO. Then you're going to move down to the flyweight division. You're going to have Johnson, 3-2, 16-9 in the career, versus Bunes, 3-2 in the last 5, 13-7 in the career. Bunes hits hard. He's fast. He has that dog, man. He really does. He actually has a lion, and it's not a dog. So I have Bunes by knockout on that one. There you have the prelims, all rolled tight in a little bunch, and just for you, move down to the main card. You're going to have Soriano versus Ursos Medic at welterweight. I did not do what they did in their last 5 and stuff like that. I know you guys like it. I like it. Just some of them I didn't do because, honestly, it's not going to matter, in my opinion. It's not going to matter. Because, well, in the Medic fight, this is going to be a decision. 10-2 for Medic, 10-4 for Soriano. Medic is just... he's a wily veteran that's just not going to let you put him away with just anything. So if you're not going to bring your A game every time, you're really going to fight this man to a decision. He should get his head raised depending on the judges in attendance. So which is going to move us into featherweight, Rodriguez versus Bashi. 11-2 for Rodriguez, 13-0 for Bashi. I have Rodriguez by decision. A lot of people are like, how are you going to go with that? Experience, man. Experience. And we know what the judge is looking for. We know what you're good at. We know to watch the tape. We know you're coming to try to get a finish because you're trying to impress and move up to that next level. So why would I not try to fight you to a decision and make you look, beatable? Just mic on it. Don't quote me on that. The next fight will be Chris Curtis versus Roman Kopylov. Chris the Action Man Curtis versus Roman Kopylov. Curtis is 2-3 in his last 5. One of those being Brendan Allen when he hurt himself. He is coming back from injury. He's 34-11. Middleweight division, guys, in case you didn't know. 185 pounds. 13-3 for Kopylov. One of those being Cesar Almeida, the guy that beat Poatan in kickboxing. Just so we're all on the same page. Just so we're all on the same page, that is the guy that beat Poatan in kickboxing, which they're really pushing for some reason. His grappling is not there. We saw that in the Kopylov fight. He 13-3. Kopylov versus Curtis. I actually have Kopylov by decision in that one. Chris Curtis is good. I'll take that back. Chris Curtis by decision. If it goes to a knockout, it'll be Roman because he's crisper on the street, but Chris is going to mix that up nice so it keeps him guessing. Next, you're going to have Cesar Almeida, which is the guy that fought Roman Kopylov and took L, who was 2-3, that L being to Roman Kopylov, versus Amir Abdul-Hassan, 12-6. I have Almeida by KO. It's a striking delight. They're trying to repay Almeida for that wrestling clinic that Kopylov put on him. Okay. And then that's going to move us into the co-main event of the evening in the welterweight division. 1-4 in the last 5. Santiago Ponzinibbio, 30-8 in the career. 3-2 for Harris. I forget which Harris this is. 19-6. I actually have Harris by decision on that one because Ponzinibbio he's been really up and down so far. which is going to move me down into the women's strawweight, the main event of the evening. Dern versus Ribas, 2-2-3 for Dern in the last 5, 2-3 in Ribas. Dern's been working on striking, and that hasn't been working out well. So I have Dern by sub because I think she's going to get hurt by Ribas, and she's going to realize, hey, I've been training, and this hasn't been working out. Let me go to what I know when the striking fails. And there you have it. Dern by sub, which will close out the first card of the year. And I will see you next week, hopefully with the live Instagram with Dre Miley and some really big news. So see you next week.